So hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the SEBI and IFSCA series that we are running, the top 300 MCQs, and from today onwards we are starting with economics. Okay, so I hope till now you are enjoying these sessions, you are giving the answers of the questions and you are practicing a lot of MCQs. Okay, and today we are starting with the economics. So this is the part 1 of economics, and from today onwards, it is my duty to bring good questions for you as well as to make you practice the questions. Okay, so let's start with the session. But before that, do subscribe to the YouTube channel and so that you can continue getting these relevant videos, as well as do join our Telegram channel where you will get the PDF of this session. Okay, so you will get the PDF of today's session in the Telegram channel. The link for the channel is provided to you in the description box below. So now, we are starting with the economics, and there will be 5 sessions that you will get for economics. The total questions you will get for economics will be 50 questions, but I will also bring some homework questions for you. Okay, so that will make you think a little and that will make you do the homework also, revise and practice after the sessions also. Okay, so today is the economics part 1, and in today's session, we will be discussing the questions from the demand and supply, the market structure, as well as the national income. So these 3 chapters I will try to cover through the 10 questions. Okay, so welcome to the session everyone. Good evening everyone. Good evening. And let's start with economics, as Shubham has said. So let's start with the first question. So try to give the right answer of this question. We are starting with a little easy question, and slowly we will move to the tougher questions. Okay, so try to answer this question. And this series is for the phase 2. So we will phase 1 and phase 2 combine so that you practice the questions that are going to help you in the phase 1 as well as in the phase 2 of the examination. So try to give the right answer of this question. So what will be the situation in the soap market if the soap manufacturers are producing less soaps in the current price than what people want to buy? So what could be the answer here? Okay, I'm getting the answer D. Yes, very good everyone. That is the correct answer. So what is happening that you can understand that the soap manufacturers are producing less soaps. That means the supply of soap is less and the people want to buy more soaps. That means demand for the soap is high. So when the price of soap, when the supply of soap is less and the demand is high, then the prices start increasing. So here there is excess demand that is present and the price can be expected to increase. Okay, so that is the situation when the prices are very low, the manufacturers want to supply less and the buyers want to demand more. So when the demand is greater than supply, the prices will start increasing. Okay, let me tell you a little about the demand curve. So this is the demand curve that is downward sloping. Here we are taking the price, here we are taking the quantity. So as the price increases, the demand decreases, and as the price decreases, you will demand more of a particular good. In the supply function, what happens that as the prices are increasing, the manufacturers will want to supply more. Manufacturers will want to supply more. So supply curve is upward sloping, demand curve is downward sloping. Okay, and like there is a law. What is that law called? On which there is that tells us. So what the law is called that tells us that there is the inverse relationship between the price of a commodity and the demand of a commodity. Okay, so which law tells us this? Anyone that is able to give the right answer here? So there is a law that tells that there is an inverse relationship between the price and the demand of a commodity. Yes, that is a law of demand. That is law of demand. So law of demand states that there is inverse relationship between the price of a commodity and the quantity demanded of a commodity. Okay, so now see, we have understood that as the price is increasing, the demand decreases, and as the price decreases, the demand increases. But what if the income is increasing? What if the income is increasing? Then what will happen to the demand? What can you say? That if your income is increasing, what will happen to the demand for clothes? What will happen to the demand for the luxury bags? So the demand will increase. You will want to have the branded clothes, more clothes. You will want to have the different types of clothes. So that means the demand is increasing. But we have price here. At the same price, the demand is increasing. So what will happen? That the demand curve is going to shift rightwards. Demand curve is going to shift rightwards. So any variable that is outside the model, that is not present in the x-axis or the y-axis, these variables, when they affect the demand, then there is the shift that happens. Okay, so remember that law of demand states that there is the inverse relationship between the price of a commodity and the demand of a commodity, other factors being constant. But if income is changing, or if the tastes are changing, that now you want to have more branded clothes, so what will happen? That your demand for the branded clothes will increase. Or you want to drink more Pepsi, so the demand for the Pepsi will increase even when the price is same. So that is the idea, that shifts are brought in the demand curve when there are the other factors that are changing. Okay, so that is the idea, shift in the demand curve when there are the changes in the other factors than the price. So there is the increase in demand, or there can be decrease in demand. Increase in demand is when there is the rightward shift, decrease in demand when there is the leftwards shift. That means if your income is decreasing, your demand will decrease, so your demand will shift leftwards. Okay, so this is the basic idea of the demand curve. Now coming to the next question, try to answer this question. Yes, very good. So a drop in the price of a compact disc. So what is happening? That here we are taking the compact disc, this is the price. So when the price of a compact disc is decreasing, this shift the demand curve for pre-recorded tapes leftward. That means the pre-recorded tapes at the same price, because here the price of the pre-recorded tape is not changing. The price of the pre-recorded tape is same, but the price is same of the pre-recorded tape, but the demand is decreasing. The demand is decreasing. So you have to tell that what kind of good these are. The compact disc and the pre-recorded tapes, what kind of relationship these two goods have. Because with the decrease in the price of the compact disc, there is the leftward shift. There is the decrease in the demand. Decrease in the price of compact disc, there is the decrease in the demand of pre-recorded tape. Okay, everyone is giving the answer D. And that is wrong. Yes, Nilesh. The complement means there is inverse relationship. So what should be the answer here? Everyone has given the answer D, and that is absolutely wrong. So what should be the answer here? D is not the answer. Yes, Shubham. Very good. Yes, Mehak. Very good. Very good. So see, try to understand. Let's take the easier example, the Pepsi and Coke. Pepsi and Coke. So if the price of Pepsi is decreasing, what will happen? That you will want to have more of Pepsi, and at the same price of Coke, you will want to have less of Coke. The Coke that is 20 rupees. Now the Pepsi that was 20 rupees, it has decreased to 10 rupees. So now Pepsi is cheaper. You will want to have more of Pepsi, and you will substitute Coke with Pepsi. You will drink more Pepsi rather than Coke. So they are the substitute goods. See, always remember that if the price of compact disc is decreasing, and with that the demand of pre-recorded tape is decreasing. If the price of Pepsi is decreasing, and with that the demand of Coke is decreasing. If the price of tea is decreasing, and with that the demand for coffee is decreasing, that means they are the substitute goods, because they are moving. The price of one commodity and the demand of other commodity, they are moving in the same direction. For the complements, what happened? For the complements, that is the petrol and car. If the price of petrol is decreasing, what will happen to the demand of car? The demand of car will increase or decrease? The demand of car will increase or decrease? The demand for car will increase or decrease? Anyone? The demand for the car will decrease or increase? Yes, very good. There will be the increase in the demand of car that will happen. Okay. So the demand for car will start increasing. As the petrol price is decreasing, the demand of car will increase, because the running cost of car has become cheaper. So that is the basic idea. Okay. So complements, they move in the different direction. They move in the different direction. If the price of petrol is decreasing, demand for car will increase. If the price of petrol is increasing, the demand for car will decrease. So that is, these are complements that move in the different direction, the price and demand, and substitutes, they move in the same direction. So here the answer is substitutes. Okay, so substitutes, you can see that substitutes, if the price of the compact disc is decreasing, the demand of the pre-recorded tapes will decrease. If the price of compact disc is increasing, the demand for pre-recorded tapes will increase. So they are substitutes that move in the same direction. Okay, they have a positive relationship, the price of one good with the demand of the other good. The complements, they have a negative relationship. If the price of petrol is increasing, the demand for car will decrease. If the price of petrol is decreasing, the demand for car will increase. That means they move in the different direction. They have a negative relationship. Okay, so remember, the complements have a negative relationship, the substitutes have a positive relationship. So the cross elasticity of demand, this is the formula. Just try to remember this, that the cross elasticity of demand tells us the percentage change in the quantity demanded of X commodity with the percentage change in the price of Y commodity. So if the price of Y is increasing and the quantity demanded of X is increasing, that is substitutes or complements? Who can tell me? That is substitutes or complements? That are the substitute goods or complementary goods? Anyone? Price of Y is increasing, the price of Pepsi is increasing, so the demand of Coke is increasing. So they are substitute goods. They are substitute goods because they are moving in the same direction, right? So that is a positive sign will be there. Okay, let's say the percentage change in quantity demanded of X, that is with the percentage change in price of Y. So price of Y is increasing but quantity demanded of X is decreasing. So here they are complements or substitutes. They are complements or substitutes. So they are complements because the direction is opposite. Okay, so here you will have a negative sign in front of the cross elasticity of demand. So for the complements there will be a negative sign because they are moving in different direction. For substitutes there will be a positive sign because they are moving in the same direction. Next question is a very easy question. You have the demand equation, you have the supply equation. Now you have to tell that what is the equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity in the market. So equilibrium in the market is where the demand is equal to supply. So the equations are given. Now it becomes very easy for you to take out the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium. So this is the equilibrium price and this is the equilibrium quantity. So what is the equilibrium price and what is the equilibrium quantity? Try to calculate and try to give the right answer here. Okay. So price, so demand equal to supply, that is 18 minus 3p equal to minus 3 plus 4p. So that will be 21, 7p. So price will be 3. The price will be 3. Now what is the quantity? So just put the price 3 and 3 3 is a 9. 18 minus 9, that is demand will be 9 and the supply should also be 9. That is minus 3. 4 3 is a 12. So that is 9 only. So supply and demand both are 9. So that means the C is the right answer here. The C is the right answer here. Very good everyone. Everyone has given the right answer. So good to see. Now next question is that in the perfect competition is characterized by all of the following except. Okay, so what are the characteristics of the perfect competition? That you have to remember. And here it is asked that which of the following is not the characteristic of perfect competition. So in the perfect competition, there is perfect knowledge to the buyers and sellers. That means both are well informed regarding the prices. There are large number of buyers and sellers. That is also true. No restriction on entry or exit from the industry. They can easily enter the market. They can exit the market. Considerable advertising by individual firms to charge higher price. No, the single firms, they are price takers. They are price takers. In the perfect competition, the firms cannot change the price. They cannot charge the higher price or they cannot charge the lower price. At the given price, they can sell whatever quantity they want to sell. Okay, so they do not need to do the advertisement because at the given price they can sell whatever they want to sell. So they do not require to do any advertising, and they cannot charge higher price because they are the price takers. The firms are the price takers. Demand curve of the perfect competition is perfectly elastic. Okay, perfectly elastic. That means in the perfect competition, there is the highest elasticity of the demand curve. There is the highest elasticity of the demand curve because the demand curve is perfectly elastic. Okay, so that is the idea. So here the D is the answer. Next question, try to answer this question. Yes, very good, Shubham. Correct, absolutely correct. So try to answer this question. A consumer purchased 10 units of a commodity when its price was 5. Okay, price of X, quantity of X. Now, the price has decreased to 3. The quantity remains same at 10. So now you have to tell that what will be the price elasticity of demand. It is perfectly elastic, is it? So what should be the right answer here? Okay, Nilesh is saying unitary elastic. There is no change in quantity demanded. That means whatever the change in price, the quantity is not changing. So what is this kind of, what is this? Yes, it is. Yes, very good, Sarish. Very good, Atul. It is perfectly inelastic. That means the quantity is not changing. So the perfectly inelastic shows that with the percentage change in the price, there is 0% change in demand. So that is perfectly inelastic demand. Inelastic demand, perfectly inelastic. That cannot change. Okay, so that is the idea. Here the B is the right answer because the perfectly inelastic demand that cannot change with the change in the prices. Even when the prices are changing, the demand cannot change. Okay, unitary elastic is when the percentage change in price is same as the percentage change in demand. If the price is decreasing by 10%, the demand will increase by 10%. Okay, elastic, more elastic means that if the price is decreasing by 10%, demand will increase by 20%. That is greater than 1. Less elastic means that if the price is decreasing by 10%, the demand is increasing by 2%. That is less than 1. Perfectly inelastic means there is 0% change in demand. Okay, with any percentage change in price. Okay, so that is 0. In price elasticity means that with the negligible, zero, infinitesimal small change in price, there will be huge change. There will be huge change in the demand. So that is nearly infinite. Okay, so similar is the price elasticity of supply, that with the percentage change in price, how much is the percentage change in, with the percentage change in price, what is the percentage change in supply? So that is shown by the price elasticity of supply. Okay, so price elasticity of demand shows us that with the percentage change in price, what is the percentage change in quantity demanded? So that we have understood. Any question? Unitary elastic means that with the 10% change in the price, there will be 10% change in the demand. So price elasticity of demand shows us that how responsive the demand is with respect to the prices. So if the prices are changing by 10% and the demand is also changing by 10%, that means it is unitary elastic. If price is changing by 10%, demand is changing by 20%, so this is more elastic demand. Okay, that is greater than 1. If price is changing by 10%, the demand is changing by 2%, this is less elastic demand as it is less than 1. If price is changing by 10%, demand is not changing at all, so that is perfectly inelastic demand, that is not changing at all. So that is the complete idea. Now there is an announcement from EduTap that we have brought for you the test series, as you need to solve a lot of MCQs from the examination perspective. So this is the initiative from EduTap that we have brought for you the chapter wise test, the full length test, so that this gives you the exam level preparation, as well as the current affairs test is also there. The solved previous year questions are also there. So this is the complete test series that we are providing you for the phase 1 plus phase 2 or for the phase 2 particularly also. Okay, so you can get 55% off flat, and you can use this code SEBI55. Okay, you can enroll now to get a lot of questions for practice. As the more questions you solve, the more clarity you are going to get in the questions. Okay, so this is the initiative from EduTap. I hope you will be able to utilize this. Okay, now coming to the next question. So this is the question from the phase 2 perspective, as this is a kind of a difficult question. So let's see how many of you are able to answer this. Okay, so try to answer this. Yes, life-saving drugs, we can say they are perfectly inelastic, because even if their prices are increasing, but if you want to survive, you will have to buy the same quantity. Okay, so now try to answer this question. Okay, I am getting the answer C. So that is absolutely correct. Let's understand the people that are not able to give the right answer. So let's understand first of all, what is a kinked demand curve? What is a kinked demand curve? So kinked demand curve has this kind of shape. If you want to increase the price, then what will happen? This is the demand curve of a firm. In the oligopoly market, first of all, in the oligopoly market, there are a few large firms. Okay, let's say there are only 3 firms. So one is HP Gas, the other one is Indian, the other one is Bharat Gas. So there are only 3 big sellers of the LPG cylinders. Okay, now these 3 are competing with each other, let's say. So one of this firm, let's say HP Gas, has thought of increasing the price to have more profits. But when he is increasing the price, or when the HP Gas is increasing the price, the other firms will not increase the price. The Indian, the Bharat will not increase the price. So HP Gas from 1000, now he is selling his gas cylinder for 2000, while Indian is selling it for 1000, Bharat is also selling it for 1000. So would you want to purchase from HP Gas now? No, because the same LPG cylinder you can get from Indian or Bharat at the cheaper price. So what will happen, that the demand for the HP Gas will reduce by a lot. So demand is very elastic when the firm wants to increase the price. So sensitive to price increases. So that's why above a level, so let's say the price level has been decided by HP Gas at P1. So now if the HP Gas wants to increase the price, so the demand curve is very elastic. As soon as the price increases, there will be a huge fall in the demand. Now let's say that the HP Gas is thinking that, okay, I will decrease my price and I will take over the consumers from Indian and Bharat. So HP Gas also has the price of 1000, Indian and Bharat also has the price of 1000. HP Gas is thinking that if I sell for 700, all the consumers of Indian and Bharat will shift to HP Gas. So HP Gas is trying to reduce the price from 1000 to 700. But as soon as he decreases his price, the HP Gas decreases its price, the Indian and Bharat will also decrease their price, because they know that otherwise their consumers will shift to HP Gas. So that means the Indian and Bharat also decreases their price. So the consumers do not shift to the HP Gas. But the new consumers that were not able to purchase the gas before, they start purchasing the LPG cylinders now at the cheaper price. But the market share remains overall the same, because the HP Gas is not able to take over the consumers from Indian and Bharat. So the demand will increase, but very, very minutely. That is the new consumers, you can understand. Okay, so at the higher level, when you want to increase the price, so if a firm A, HP Gas, increases the price, the other firms will not follow HP Gas. They will not increase their price, because they know that they can lose the customers. So hence the upper part of the kinked demand curve is more elastic, because as soon as the HP Gas increases the price, the HP Gas will lose a lot of customers, and the demand will decrease by a lot when the price is increased. If a firm cut its price, the other firms also follow the price cut, and that's why the lower part of the kinked demand curve is less elastic, because even when you are decreasing the price, there will be not much increase in demand that you will get, even if you are decreasing the price by a lot. So hardly there is any response to the price fall. Okay, so that is the idea. So kinked demand curve shows that the price of the firm is rigid. That means if once the price has been decided, you will not want to increase it, because if you increase the price, huge fall in the demand. If you decrease the price, only minor increase in demand. Okay, so you will not want to decrease the price or increase the price. So the prices are rigid. That's why only the third statement was incorrect. Kinked demand curve shows that your action, a firm's action, affect the action of other firms also. So whatever action HP gas is taking, that will affect the other firms also. So that is the idea. So this is the summary of all the firms, all the types of market structure. So there are 4 types of market structure: perfect competition, monopolistic, oligopoly, monopoly. So I have brought this table for you so that you can revise through this table. Okay. Yes. Next question is that the demand of which of the following types of goods is inversely related to with income. So you know that whenever the income increases, your demand also increases for a particular good. Okay, so these kind of goods are the normal goods, okay, such as the necessary goods or the luxury goods. So when your income is increasing, your demand for normal goods will increase. That means the demand for the necessary goods and luxury goods will increase. And when your income is increasing and the demand is decreasing, that means this type of good is inferior good. So the type of good that is inferior good, that is inversely related with income. When the income is increasing, the demand for the inferior good will decrease. Let's say your income has increased. You have the option of white bread and brown bread. Brown bread is a healthier option, we can say, or healthier than at least the white bread. So that's why you will increase the demand for brown bread, that is a normal good, and in front of the brown bread, the white bread is inferior good, so you are decreasing the demand for inferior good. So that is the idea, that with the increase in income, the demand for inferior goods decrease, and with the increase in income, the demand for normal goods increase and the demand of other kinds of good increase, such as the necessary goods, luxury goods and such. Okay, only the inferior goods is inversely related with income. So that is the idea. Okay, so that here you can see that as your income is increasing, the demand for inferior good is decreasing. That's why it is inversely related with income. The inferior goods are inversely related with income. The luxury goods, as your income increases, there is a huge increase in luxury goods. So that is percentage change in income is 10%. There is a higher percentage change in the demand for luxury goods, that is 20%, 30%. So that is greater than 1. Basic or necessary goods. So if your percentage change in income is by 10%, your percentage change in demand for necessary goods is 2%. That means your demand for necessary goods is increasing, but by less than 1. Greater than 0, but by less than 1. So that is the idea. Okay. So now coming to the next question. Long run equilibrium condition of a perfectly competitive firm. So that you have to tell me that in the perfectly competitive firm, what will be the condition in the long run? What will be the condition in the long run? Okay. So try to answer this question. Anyone? Okay. Do write the question number also so that I can understand that who has given the right answer first. Okay, Shubham is saying A. Okay, everyone is giving the right answer and A is the right answer. So here you can understand that in the perfect competitive firm, in the perfectly competitive firms, new firms can enter the market or exit the market in the long run. So if the average revenue is greater than average cost, that means per unit revenue, the per unit revenue is greater than the per unit cost. That means the per unit revenue is greater than the per unit cost. That means you are making the profit. The firm is making the profit. Average revenue is less than average cost. That means per unit of revenue is less than the per unit of cost. So you are making the losses. Average revenue is equal to average cost. That means the per unit of revenue is equal to per unit of cost. So here you are making normal profits. That means at least your cost of labor, land, capital and entrepreneurship, the basic normal profits, they are also covered. Okay, so that means here you are making the normal profits. So in the long run, in the perfect competition, there are only the normal profits that are being earned. That means your average revenue is equal to average cost. Now where is the average revenue? So always remember that in all markets, your average revenue is actually your price, because this is the per unit. Like, what is the per unit revenue on this pen? So whatever is the price of this pen is the per unit revenue on this pen. Okay, so that is average revenue is equal to price. So your price is average revenue is equal to average cost. So in the long run, there is the normal profits that are being earned. Okay, the supernormal profits cannot be earned in the long run in perfect competition. The losses cannot be earned in the long run in the perfect competition, because if the firms are making the losses, they will start leaving the market, so that the demand is getting distributed between the present firms. Okay, and if there are supernormal profits, the new firms will start entering the market, will increase the supply, decrease the price, so that the supernormal profits will become normal profits. Okay, so this is the complete idea. Yes, so here you can see that if let's say this is the price, that is, this is the average revenue, that is, this is your cost. So the price is higher than the price is higher than the cost. Okay, the price is higher than the cost. So what will happen here, that you are earning supernormal profits. That means your average revenue is greater than average cost. New firms will start entering the market. As new firms enter the market, they will increase the supply in the market. So prices will start decreasing. As the prices start decreasing, your average revenue is coming down. Now your average revenue is at a lower level. So now your average revenue is becoming equal to the average cost. So in the long run, what happens, that the new firms can enter the market. If you are earning supernormal profits, the other firms, the new firms, they will also want to enter the market, because they see that, okay, we can also earn huge profits, so let's enter the market. So they will start entering your market. Okay, so let's say I'm making clothes, but I see that in the soap industry there are huge profits that they are earning, so I will enter the soap market. Okay, I will want to extend and expand my business in the soap market. So that is, supply increases, prices decrease, and in the long run there are only the normal profits that are being earned. Even in the monopolistic competition, remember that there is the freedom to entry and exit. So even in the monopolistic competition, there are normal profits that are being earned in the long run. That is, even in the monopolistic competition, the average revenue is equal to average cost in the long run. But in the monopolistic competition, remember that there is always the excess capacity. So what does this mean? So in the perfect competition, the firm is producing. In the perfect competition, because the firms are price takers, so firms are producing at the minimum of the average cost. But in the monopolistic competition, the firms are not the price takers, so they are producing at not producing at the minimum point of the average cost curve. So there is excess capacity in the monopolistic competition, because the firms are not producing at the minimum of average cost curve. The firms are not producing at minimum of the average cost curve. So here you can see, so this is not for monopoly, this is not for monopolistic, this is for monopoly. The monopoly earns the supernormal profits even in the long run. Okay, but monopolistic competition and the perfect competition, they earn normal profits in the long run. The monopoly can earn supernormal profits in the long run. Okay, so the basic idea is that the perfect competition is earning normal profits in the long run. The monopolistic competition is also earning normal profits in the long run, because they both have the freedom to entry and exit. Okay, but perfect competition is producing at the minimum point of average cost in the long run. Monopolistic competition is not producing at the minimum point of the average cost curve, and that's why they have the excess capacity, because they can go to the minimum point, but they are not going to the minimum point when they are going to the normal profits. Okay, so that is the idea. In the monopoly, they can earn the supernormal profits, because there is the barrier to entry or exit under the monopoly. Especially there is the barrier to entry for the new firms. In the railways, that is the monopoly the government has. You cannot directly enter in the railway industry. So that is the idea. So now try to answer this question. So now NDP at FC can be converted into GNP at MP. GNP at MP. So such kind of previous year question has been asked in the examination, where they asked you to convert one component into the another component. Okay. So from the factor cost, if you want to go to the market price, you are going to the market, so that you have to add the indirect taxes and you have to deduct the production subsidies. From the net to gross, you have to add depreciation. From the domestic to national, from domestic you are going to national, so you have to add the net factor income from abroad. So this is the idea. Okay, so here the B is the right answer. So yes, most of you have given the right answer. B is the right answer. Okay, you have to convert this into this. So from domestic to national, add net factor income from abroad. From national to domestic, deduct whatever is coming from abroad. Net to gross, add depreciation. Gross to net, deduct depreciation. Factor cost to market price, add the indirect taxes, deduct the subsidies, and vice versa. Okay. So now the last question for today. Try to answer this question and then you are free to enjoy your rest of the day. Okay. So try to answer this, that you have to calculate the GDP at MP. GDP at MP. And here the expenditure is given. That means you have to use the expenditure method. So that is the consumption plus government expenditure plus investment plus the net export. So this is the expenditure method. What is consumption? That is personal consumption expenditure, 6,500. What is government expenditure? So state government and the central government are doing the expenditure. That is cumulatively 2,500. Then the investment. Now there are two kinds of investment. If you have understood the expenditure method very nicely, so there are two parts of the investment. One is the fixed investment and the other one is the inventory investment. Inventory investment. Your inventory is also your investment. Okay. So fixed investment is 1,200. Inventory is 100. So that is 1,300. Net exports, exports minus imports. So that is minus 300. Okay. Minus 300. So we can directly write 1,000 here. So 0, 0, 10, 10,000. Anyone else getting the same answer? You are getting 10,300. No. Okay. Try to give the right answer here. So here the right answer is 10,000, because the GDP at MP you have to calculate, and in the expenditure method GDP at MP you get. Okay. So this is the idea of the expenditure method that you have understood. Try to practice the other methods also. So there is the value added method. So through that you calculate NDP at, through that also the value added method. Through that you calculate the GVA at market price. That is nothing else, GDP at market price. Through the income method you calculate NDP at FC. Okay. So that is the idea. So there are three methods: expenditure method, product method, that is also known as value added method, as well as the income method. So now this is the homework question for you, and do tell me the answer in the comment section. A previous year question has come on the theory of the monopolistic of the oligopoly. So a previous question has come on the theory of oligopoly. So this is a question that is similar to that, and try to answer the right try to answer this question. Okay. So this is it from my side, and do tell me in the comment section that how much you have scored, and do tell me the right answer of the homework question in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I tried to provide you much of the information regarding different things, but you have to study in 10 questions in 30-40 minutes. We cannot provide you all the information, but I will try to provide you as much as I can. Okay. So we have covered the basic idea of the 3 chapters, and in the coming section also you can ask any of the query you have. You are most welcome. I hope you like the session. Do tell me in the comment section how much you have scored. I hope you are scoring good marks, because you are preparing for phase 1 plus phase 2. You should be preparing for both the phases. So score good marks, as well as tell me in the comment section what is the right answer of the homework question, and I hope you are liking the sessions. Thank you very much everyone. Have a good day.